Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. I've been thinking about making this one for a while, but I'm sure, I know I've mentioned it before, but anywho, I thought I'd make this video about successful people from Asia, to inspire people from Asia, successful people, especially entrepreneurs or startups, or depending on you define success. But yeah, startups and that sort of thing, and entrepreneurs have made a lot of money, and also like sports stars or other people who are successful in their careers or their chosen fields, and also especially like ones with dyslexia and A.D.H.D. So I love to share success stories with about people who are Asian, either from the diaspora or from Asia itself, especially how to inspire people from Asia, and maybe even encourage people from the diaspora, especially, to go and mentor people in Asia, and those who are successful in Asia itself to mentor their fellow Asian citizens, and also talk about some of the success stories of the Asian nations, like growth, success in their economic growth or sports or other such areas, and yeah, celebrating those Asian success stories, and hopefully encouraging other people using those successes to build more success through them learning or being inspired by such success, being motivated. And also I'd love to share, I know I've already done a video about 30 dyslexic entrepreneurs, which I hope people from Asia will stumble across and share with each other, and hopefully they'll believe in Asian students who might not be the best academically, but could be good in sports, business, entrepreneurship, whatever you call it, inventing, anything creative or anything like that. So yeah, I'd love them to find out as well about strengths of people from neurodiverse backgrounds, special needs strengths, such as autistic strengths in terms of science, engineering, maths and things like that, and also art and thinking outside the box and thinking differently, and that sort of thing, like being, like, for instance, autistic savants, how we pronounce it, and also which I'm sure many people in Asia would admire as well, and also people like Temple Grandin, who did a lot of work on animal welfare. So I'd love people from Asia to learn about people like those, and also whatever I say here could also be applied to Africa as well. But anyway, also obviously dyslexic people like Richard Branson, Charles Schwab, Craig McCall, the late Ingvar Kamprad, and apparently even Steve Jobs was dyslexic, and many others who have done really well in business, which again I've shared about success stories for business and sports as well, like Jackie Stewart. I was watching videos about Jackie Stewart recently I knew that he had dyslexia before, but I watched somebody talked about his experiences being dyslexic, and many people's experiences are similar, or pretty much the same, like being embarrassed, and when they were told to read in class, the challenges that and the embarrassments that they faced, and later on they became successful or even super successful. So I'm holding my tea in one hand, so super successful, if you like. So I suppose it does depend how one defines success, but in terms of what a lot of society sees as successful. So yeah, I'd love people in Asia to see like a dyslexic student, like in a classroom, like in the film Tar is Amin Pa, and they did cover a lot about famous dyslexics and successful dyslexics, and also I can't remember the lad's name who was about, but he had a teacher who believed in him, but he was really good at art. So even though he struggled and he was shy and things like that, he managed to do really well, and he was a great artist. And yeah, so I love them to see, like, people in Asia, to see that that dyslexic people can become successful if encouraged, and even if they don't do well academically. Like a lot of people might say, we need to teach dyslexic people to read and write and do well in their exams, but an economy needs all sorts of minds. So even like Jackie Stewart, I think he can't even read or write even today, and he was saying he could barely do his alphabet. And there's another like this Benjamin Zephaniah, who's a poet, a spoken poet a lot of time. He's even got loads of books around the world, published loads of books around the world, and he can barely do his alphabet in his own words. So and there's many entrepreneurs. It's quite amazing to think that many entrepreneurs, people will be surprised probably if they did like a spelling test or things like that, they probably wouldn't do that well. So and some people even say apparently Donald Trump can barely read or write. I'm not sure how much evidence there is of that, but excuse me. Obviously, whatever you think of him, he has done well. He might be a bit of a plonker in some ways, if you like, as we would say here in the UK, but he's still done well. But anyway, so I love this to be shared. Like if I share it with the dyslexia group, I hope they share it with other dyslexia groups from Asia. I mean, and I often share like videos that I see on YouTube with dyslexia Asia or Africa groups, Asian and African dyslexia groups. But I wonder how many I should share. How many? I'd love to share them all, but I don't want to obviously overwhelm them. But it's good when they give like likes and all that, not because I'm doing it like for my own ego, but because it feels like it actually is making a difference, and they do enjoy reading that thing. Hopefully, inspires a lot of people. So that's why I like to get those likes and all that. Not, as I say, not like on my YouTube videos where it helps my channel, but it's in this case, like it shows that it's making a genuine difference. So again, like even if I get a lot of support from my YouTube channel, it means I'll be in a position to help other people as well as myself, as I often say. But yeah, in the future, I'd love to be able to do a video about 30 successful dyslexic entrepreneurs who actually are from Asia. I wonder if there are dyslexic entrepreneurs in Asia, or if the academic system puts them off because it's so strict, and maybe that Asia is missing out on potentially successful people because they pursue the academic route. So I look at it, even if they fail their exams, they can still do a lot of great stuff. And I'd love to support somehow young dyslexic people to become youngpreneurs, young entrepreneurs. There are many young entrepreneurs. Not sure if I should mention this, but yeah, there's people like Louis Barnett who started when he was so young. Unfortunately, we were friends, but we fell out because I suppose I sent him a lot of messages and he thought I was spamming him. So I was a bit clumsy in my communication. So anyway, but he started from a young age and he can be a great inspiration for entrepreneurs. Ben Way, who became a millionaire, lost all his money and made it back again, was told he was unteachable by his teachers. One I think is called Michael Camerata or something like that, as well as having a great name. He was told he was unteachable, and I think he made like 100 million or something by the time he was about 20. And there are probably loads of stories like that we haven't even heard of. I wonder if there are, as I say, dyslexic people in Asia who are good at business, but maybe don't talk about it because they're too shy, or maybe the stories don't get popular. So I think it'd be great if there are some who come out of the woodwork, so to speak, like people like Richard Branson does here. You know, he talks about dyslexia, so he inspires other people. Charles Schwab did in America, so he set up organizations and all sorts to help dyslexic people, and he talks about it again to inspire other people. Again, John Chambers and people like that. The more they talk about it, I think the more other people see, and they'll be inspired by those stories, and it will make them feel a lot better, I'm sure, which is that in itself I think is good. Even if they don't manage, even if they're taught that not every dyslexic person is going to become Richard Branson, unfortunately. I'd love if that could happen, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. And he's a controversial character, not everyone likes him, but his story is still one of success. So I still think that has its merits, again, of being a successful dyslexic. So maybe even families around the world who are also of Asian backgrounds to learn about, about successful dyslexics as well. But especially those in Asia, and again, especially inspiring young kids in the classroom, as well as older people as well. You know, if someone's dyslexic, they haven't done really well academically, perhaps later on they don't have much confidence, they haven't achieved much, and they feel really bad. But maybe like even seeing people who have things in common with them might just hopefully make them feel at least a little bit better, which is what I think it's good to make people happy, even if it's for a short time. I suppose preferably that obviously if it's longer it's even better, but this video is dragging on, so I'm going to try and wrap it up. But yeah, so even if and then if it does inspire them to take action, set up their own businesses, take risks, and believe in themselves, and learn that it's okay to fail sometimes, and then you can start a new business if you fail. Until I call it fail your way to success. So as I say, I hope as many people in Asia as possible see this video, and from Asian backgrounds as well, especially Asia, not just Asia, but especially Asia. And like I say, I mainly want to share it with dyslexics themselves so they can believe in themselves, but even like parents, teachers, and the wider society in Asia, politicians and people like that, learning about such would really help as well, because then they can believe in dyslexic students and that sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully. Another thing is I'd love for Asian and African dyslexic organisations to work together and like sort of teach each other and talk about what they've learned from each other and things like that. So yeah, unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get the energy to shave and all that sort of stuff. So normally when I shave, I don't like to be too tired. I like to be like ready. So, excuse me. So I've been planning to do it for a while. But anyway, a new month is coming soon, so maybe if I do it like on Tuesday, ready for Wednesday the 1st, which is obviously July, the new month, and hopefully in July I'm going to do as many projects as I can about Indigenous or Native Americans, empowering them in the areas which I've talked about. So probably, well, in about the same areas like entrepreneurship, YouTube, tourism, having their own centres, and all sorts of things like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll do a good job. And I'm out. And oh yeah, before I go, I'll probably just say, if you are a successful dyslexic with, like say, especially an entrepreneur or sports star from an Asian background, please share your story.